Mom, what was the worst thing you did in school when growing up?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
I was such a little angel. I didn't do anything naughty. I don't remember ever doing anything naughty in school.
How about you, Aunt Babe?
Keep thinking.
I don't remember anything.
No?
I didn't understand. I'll tell you what did happen when I
What?
was, we had a cousin that was a teacher, and she got murdered right in the schoolhouse.
How?
In front of
Not
all
of
the
your
kids.
school, though.
No,
She went out and was running around the schoolhouse.
and she got shot.
Well, he shot her as
Yeah.
she went around
Well,
the...
he shot her first, and she was trying to hunt her to death, but she got up and run out.
Why did he shoot her?
Love triangle.
Her boyfriend that she was trying to break up with.
Ask Buster what naughty things he did in school.
We don't have enough tape.
I got them after school.
What naughty thing did you do, Buster?
Well, we're going back to the watermelon she was talking about.
Yes?
I and this Arian Christensen, well, a bunch of us went out to get watermelons, but it was in his parents' watermelon patch. She grew real nice, great big ones.
Uh-huh.
So one Saturday night, while their son, we decided we was going out and get watermelons. He said, well, I know where there's some good ones. And I said, okay, let's go. Well, he says, they're my mom's. And he said, we'll go. And he says, I know where they're at. And he said, when I say step high, he says, I mean step high. Because what she had done, she'd run a wire through there, and if you tripped it, well, then shotgun would go off.
Oh.
No.
You betcha.
Were they
So we
angry
done
at
that,
you?
and we took, I don't know, I don't think it's very aimed at us.
Oh.
And then we took a great big one, and he said that was the one that his mother had her eye on all the time because she was saving special for her. And that's the one we took. And she was mad.
Yeah,
I bet she was.
And the other thing, though, Linda, that I done good, before I forget it. And I wouldn't have done it if they, girls didn't make me do this. But ever since I was able to walk, in the wintertime, I had to scoop snow from our house clear to the toilet for them so they could go potty.
That was a good thing to do.
It was,
Yes,
really.
it was. It was.
I didn't have to because I just stopped upstairs and I went out the window.
Our toilet,
Yes, I did.
it was quite a ways from the house.
Yeah, I know it.
You
And
seen
if
it
I-
that time.
And if I had to go to the bathroom at night, Mom would always tell one of the older kids to go with me. And they always teased me that there would be a boogeyman out there to get me. And I think that's the reason why to this day, I think there's boogeymans.
Well, that's why it was yellow all the way from the house to the toilet. The snow was yellow.
Well, getting back to the younger days, when we were in schools, getting back to the brother that was drugged to death by a pony. He was always seemed to be favored to play with the girls. And the boys wanted him to play a game with them, and he didn't want to, so he went on the opposite side of the schoolhouse. And on the opposite side, and was playing with the girls. And these boys were allowed to get their ponies out of the shed and ride it at noon and recesses. And they went around, and last Sunday, they went on around the schoolhouse and started up the road. And so I don't remember who it was that come along and stopped that pony and picked him, Leonard up, and brought him up to the house. And he was alive when they brought him in. And now, of course, I don't remember all of that. What I'm speaking of is what I have been told. And we had a cut or a sofa that the head of it come up like this here. And they laid him on that. And I don't remember how long he lived when he was there. And Dad was in Omaha that day selling hogs. And they said that, well, he won't be home until the 6 o'clock this evening. And it was a balmy October day. And to this day, I can't hardly stand to hear a train whistle. Because although we live 6 miles from town, we heard that plane so plain that evening. And Guy Graves and Fred Graves, they lived there in the neighborhood and they were cousins of the folks, went in and met Dad and told me.
Her dad was on this train coming home from Omaha.
So he didn't know anything had happened until he got home. The day of the funeral, Harlan had got the first motor hearse. And it had come in the morning, and they hurried up and got it ready. And Leonard was the first one. You see, in those days, they took them into town and prepared them and put them in the coffin, and they always bring them back home. And then people would come in. People would come in, a couple people would come in at night. They'd always set up with the people that died.
But they were brought in by horse and drawn. First.
We feel quite, although sad, but yet it's quite an honor to have him be the first one in the hearse.
Yeah.